We could talk about how great a play it was for Quinn Snyder. It was equally as bad on the other side for Mike Brown, who is coaching an abysmal series. And I think we come into the series where I think you're at the point, regardless of what happens, you have to have serious concerns about whether or not Mike Brown will be competent enough to beat any of these good teams the Knicks are going to have to get through in order to even say get to an NBA championship feels silly at this point. 4 guys. I would have rather had in that possession on CJ than Deuce McBride, and he goes with Deuce McBride. It was literally one of the worst options. He might as well put Brunson on him. He's abandoned the double big lineup against a team that is super small. Also ridiculous. The lack of Mitchell Robinson in key stretches in this game, I still think that the Knicks perhaps win this game if Mitch is out there. They lost some key offensive rebounds down the stretch. There were a couple of paint drives. Where's Mitchell Robinson? What was that? What was the lineup he started with the fourth quarter? What concerns me about Mike Brown is it just feels like he's a coach that is grasping at straws out of desperation. Well, I don't think the position Knicks was in meant desperation was needed. Urgency was needed, which was again, this defiance in thinking that I could start a fourth quarter with either Brunson or Cat off the bench. Just is arrogance at this point. I mean, what are we doing? This is the game you gotta win. You want to try to take back kind of home court advantage immediately, and you had to go out swinging. He's still going with he's experimenting with a line that hasn't had any time together, and he immediately aborts it because he's like, "What are we doing?" He's coaching like a guy that either wasn't prepared for these games or is abandoning his game plan at the first sight of trouble. That felt like a coach who was actually kind of overwhelmed in the moment, overwhelmed with what was going on in the game. The Hawks right now have the better coach in this series by far.